Hey there, I'm Brittany Schroeder, and business and marketing are my jam. I'm here to walk you step by step through this crazy thing we call business. I'm a small town girl, chocolate eating, Diet Coke drinking mom, marketing guru, automation Jedi, and all around good time. This is your weekly dose of all things business and life, sprinkled with some fun. This is the Redefine Business Podcast. Hey there, welcome to another episode of Redefine Business Podcast. My life has been a little chaotic, and I wanted to kind of share with you what has been going on with me. I recently moved back to home, which is Utah, after 19 years of being away. There are several reasons we moved back, but mainly we wanted to be by family. My 18-year-old son moved to Utah for the summer to do an internship. And to be honest, it was kind of like an impulse move, and it happened very quickly. But we decided that we were going to follow suit and that we were going to move to Utah. It was, within weeks, we decided we're moving back. So my daughter is going into the 9th grade. And so we thought this was the time. It was now or never. And we did it. So I have moved over, I don't even know for sure, but I'm going to say over 15 times in my adult life. And each time I have had so much learning and growth every time that I've moved. And if you've moved a lot in your life, you will get it. It's an adjustment and it takes time. My mom always says, if you love your house and you love your friends, you can live anywhere. And there's a lot of truth to that. As my kids have grown, I've always made it a goal to have my house be the party house. I love having people at my house, and especially kids. And many of my house decisions revolve around, oh, the kids are going to love that, or that'll be so fun for the kids. We had an ultimate party house in El Paso. It had some volleyball court, a pool, a basketball court, an outdoor kitchen. Like, it had everything. It was the best. And we had kids at our house nonstop, and it was just dreamy. And I just loved it. I loved having a house where everybody came. So fast forward, after El Paso, we moved to Houston, and now I am in Utah. We put our house in Texas on the market, and it sold in 2 days. So we are super happy about that. Usually we don't have that kind of luck when it comes to selling our house. We've had some really challenging situations when it comes to selling our house. So we're super grateful for that. The market is a little cray-cray right now. I'm sure we're all feeling that. So for now, we are just in a rental and we are renting. Change is oftentimes hard. And although my daughter has been thriving in the most important areas, she has struggled in other areas. And I think when you become a mother or a parent, you kind of put your own stuff aside and it's all about your kids, right? I recognize that some of her struggles are first world problems. And I have had to remind my daughter that it's going to be okay. And I've also had to remind myself that she's a teenager. But upon moving into our rental, she realized how much smaller her bedroom was and her closet. And she tried to have a positive attitude, but couldn't hide her feelings of disappointment. And that her days of having the party house were temporarily put on hold. I tried with little effort to teach her a life lesson that I learned years and years ago. That lesson is happiness is not a place, it's a state of mind. Years ago, I'd written a blog post on this exact topic. This blog was about my experience when I had moved to El Paso, Texas from Canton, Michigan, which is just it's between Detroit and Ann Arbor. Shortly after moving to El Paso, I decided to go for a run. I was feeling all of the feels of moving. And so I decided that I was going to go out for a run. And I ran a few miles and then I stopped myself just like in my tracks. And I was in awe. The stars, I looked up and the stars were so big and so bright. I'd been living in Michigan for the past 6.5 years. And although the state was covered in this lush, vibrant greenery and beautiful, serene lakes, it was always overcast. That's what it felt like to me, that it was always overcast and the sun did not shine in Michigan for a lot of the year. But I soon learned that not only did El Paso have 300 and something days of sunshine, but that the sunsets were also beyond amazing. I mean, I cannot describe the sunsets in El Paso, Texas. Like, they are the most beautiful sunsets that I've ever seen. And I have traveled, I've been to a lot of places, but the sunsets are just, I don't even know how to describe them, just amazing. Dusk was regularly a display of colors that I had never even known existed. The palm trees framed the sky like it was a postcard. And to me, the El Paso sky was just, it was beyond amazing. And so I've moved several times in my life, but I cannot pick which place was my most favorite. I've loved them all for different reasons. And I always say I can be happy anywhere. But it was just finding different things that I loved about different places. Often we think we would be happy if we had this or we had that. Then we get this or that and find we're still not happy. Sometimes life takes us to places that we never thought we would go. And sometimes the reasons we are taken there are not the most ideal and can be a result of a trial or a struggle. We might end up in a place because of circumstances that are out of our control. We don't always have choices when it comes to circumstances, but we always have choices about what we choose to think and feel about those circumstances. When I look back over the last 25 years or so of my life, there wasn't one place I lived that I didn't have an abundance of love, friendship, opportunity, memories, and just happiness. And maybe I'm just a glass half full kind of person. I don't know. But I always believe that there's a silver lining if you just look for it. So this was just having change. It's good to go through the hard sometimes and go through change because it helps us really appreciate the good. And it's just a good reminder that if you find yourself thinking that you don't like where you live, or maybe even what your life or your business look like right now, take some time and reflect on your thoughts. Change your thoughts to focus on the good. Search for gratitude. There is something good in every situation. As you learn to identify, control, and change your thoughts, you will soon realize that happiness is not a place, but it's a state of mind. I hope you guys found this helpful. And as you go through change, as you have these different trials and experiences in your life, that you realize that you sometimes don't have control over your circumstances or the things that happen to you, but you always have control over what you think of it. Have a great week, and I hope you guys found this helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Let's not stop the party here. Head on over to my Instagram or Facebook group, Redefine Your Business, and let me know your thoughts about today's show. I will see you again, same time, same place, next week.